The second way to use your ultimate is if the enemy is CC'd. Oh, let's take a look at this, by the way. Boom, I get ganked. Okay, let's take a look. I hit Leona. I flash away. First ability, boom, Kai'Sa. Boom, Lee Sin. Boom, Kai'Sa. Boom, Lee Sin. Boom, Kai'Sa. Boom, Leona, and boom, Kai'Sa. That was perfect. Boom! There we go again. Third ability and ult. Dare to tell me over and over. Oh, let's take. Oh. Oh, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Look at that. Today's video is probably gonna be one of the best videos that you're ever gonna see in Wild Rift. And I wouldn't say that for no reason. So don't skip the intro. I actually do have a lot to say to you. I'm exactly gonna teach you how to play Miss Fortune, and I'll show you why this champion is beyond broken, and I'll show you exactly how to play it. I'll even hop into a practice mode to show you. So just to prove myself that Miss Fortune is completely, utterly broken, let's just take a look at my history. These are the 3 recent Miss Fortune games that I played. Obviously, you know, just completely hard carrying the games. Basically, if you fully implement the strategy that I'm about to give you, you're gonna win around 80-85% of your games. So, you know, I didn't play Miss Fortune for a while because I had to record other videos, but let's take a look. Here it starts. So these were my last Miss Fortune games. I lost the last 3 here. Really bad teams, but let's scroll down. Let's just scroll down. And let's just keep scrolling down and keep scrolling down and keep scrolling down. And it stops because the history stops. I played even more games. MVP, 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 MVP. How did I do it? It's a ranked match, and I believe I'm currently master rank. Yeah, I'm master rank. So that's what I'm about to teach you in today's video, because there is so much that you might not know about Miss Fortune, and I'll show you. So first of all, I'll explain to you how to build Miss Fortune. Secondly, I'll hop into a practice match and teach you some very important fundamentals about Miss Fortune. And third of all, just because I delayed today's video a day, I'm actually gonna show you 2 games of Miss Fortune. And the other reason that I'm about to show you 2 games is because I pretty much won every single Miss Fortune game under 14 minutes. So it seemed a bit silly to just give you guys a 14-minute video. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is the build. So it's Stuart, who is another streamer, YouTuber. I'll put a link to him in the description. Gave me this build. He didn't invent this build, I believe, but he gave me this build. So I'm gonna credit him, of course. This build, this is the only build you need. This is the only build. Don't go mana immune. Don't go infinite. Don't go anything except for this build. Listen to it because you saw my history, okay? This build is completely, utterly broken. The way that you build it is you start with a Duskblade of Draktar. You start with this item. Then, immediately, you go for the Ioni Boots of Lucidity. It's funny that it's here because it's supposed to be here. Then, you immediately go for the Cyrilda's Grudge, for the slows. This is basically the most broken item on Miss Fortune. This is kinda what makes Miss Fortune broken, the Cyrilda's Grudge. I'll show you more about it later. After that, always Edge of Night. The reason, obviously it's just a good item. It makes you tankier, gives you some attack damage. The flat armor penetration is amazing. But what's even more amazing is the passive, this passive. Annual. So what it does, it gives you a shield, and it only has a 35-second cooldown. Basically, there is only there is weaknesses to Miss Fortune, but there is one major weakness, and this major weakness is the enemy canceling your ultimate, right? Like, that is her major weakness. For example, you use your ultimate and then Malphite decides to dive you and ult you, and he cancels your ult. With Edge of Night, you're actually gonna block one ability or one CC, just one thing. So if the enemy tries to cancel your ultimate, they actually need to put way more resources onto you to block it because you have Edge of Night. That is why this is the absolute perfect item on Miss Fortune, and this is the combination of these 3 items is basically what makes Miss Fortune broken. Then as your 4th item, you go for the Infinity Edge. The reason is because it's just the most efficient item to go for. Also, the other reason is your first ability, you know, when you hit it on an enemy and then it bounces to another enemy, that bounce crits. Infinity Edge is gonna increase that crit damage, guys. And also your ultimate crits. yet again, Infinity Edge is gonna increase that crit damage. And then as your last item, there's 2 items that you can go for. Only 2. It's very easy to build Misfortune. You either go for a Guardian Angel if you feel like you need it, right? Like if the enemy has Assassins, you go for a Guardian Angel. Otherwise, if the enemies don't if the enemies don't have a champion that can one-shot you, you can also go for a Bloodthirster, but I'm telling you that almost never really happens, right? Like the enemy is always going to have a Yasuo or a Rengar or Evelynn, or you know what I mean, right? They're always going to have that one champion that can basically one-shot you. That is why, you know, in 85% of your games you go for the Guardian Angel, but Bloodthirster is stronger, okay? It does way more damage, but as I said, you do need the survivability, because in the late game, the one-shot potential is huge from most enemies, so keep that in mind. For the enchantment, let me see, Ionian Boots. So there's a few that you can go for. Stasis, if you're against a Zed or a Fizz. Protobelt, no, you don't really need it. Quicksilver is a really good one, you know, to have it on top of your Edge of Night. It's really amazing, so you don't get caught out. And then Shadows are also good to catch out an enemy. Onto the runes. But as I said, this build is always the same. Your first 4 items and your boots are always going to be the same. I mean, you could go for Mercury's Threads if the enemies have a lot of CC, but only if they really have a lot, because you already have Edge of Night to block it, right? So for the runes, you go for Conqueror. Second rune, you go for Brutal. This is always going to be the same, always Conqueror and Brutal. Third rune is situational. Generally, Hunter Titan is good because it gives you that tenacity, because you don't have Mercury's Threats. So having a little bit of tenacity is always going to be good. And then for your fourth rune, Mana Flow Band. Do not go for Sweet Tooth, go for Mana Flow Band, because you want to be able to spam your abilities. Again, more on this later. For the spells, you go for Flash, and then depending on your support, if your support goes for Ignite, you go for Heal. If your support goes for Heal, you go for Barrier. The reason that I have a Heal here is because I was playing duo queue with my support, and with Misfortune you can be incredibly aggressive. That is why generally it's better to have like an Ignite. By the way, another thing about Misfortune, Misfortune is infinitely better with a duo queue. Infinitely. Like not 2 times, not 3 times, infinitely. So now let's hop into practice mode so I can exactly show you how to play Misfortune. Okay, so now let me show you guys some very important fundamentals for you to understand about Misfortune. Because in the beginning part of the video, you actually saw me, I believe it was a 2 versus 3 in the early game. In the early game against an enemy Lee Sin, and we won. We killed all of them. So how did I do it? Did I do it like this? Basic attacking the same enemy just like this? No. You see what I'm doing right now? This, you never want to do this on a Misfortune. Unless it's your last resort. What do I mean? You never want to just basic attack like this. Let's talk about why. So first of all, let's talk about the passive. This is insanely important. When attacking a new enemy, deal bonus physical damage. Right now, it's 100% of your base AD. So it's literally 2 times more damage, as you can see. 346, and otherwise it's half. But at level 1, it's 46%. So this effect is not as dramatic in the early game, but 46% more damage at level 1, and every level you go up, it goes up by 4%. So when you're at around level 3, it's 60% bonus damage. So basically, instead of attacking an enemy like this, how about you do it like this? Boom, 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 boom. Do you see how much more damage I'm dealing? It's like when you're level 15, 2 times more damage, literally doubling your damage. So this is already what I'm trying to tell you. Now, how do you deal even more damage? Let's take a look at the second ability. The passive gives you movement speed, but we don't really care about that, right? The active fully activates threat's movement speed, so you'll get a lot of bonus movement speed, and grants attack speed. At level 1, it grants you 30% attack speed, which is huge, by the way. It's huge in the early game. And at the max level, it's 90%. So let's take a look. Instead of attacking like this, it allows you to attack like this. Boom, 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 boom. But hey, it's not dealing the most damage. And it's on a cooldown. It goes on a pretty long cooldown. Now let's take a look at what happens if we actually decide to switch targets. Let's just take a look, okay? Boom, 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 boom. We can use it again. Boom, boom, boom. Switch targets. Boom, boom. We can use it again. Boom, boom, boom. Are you now understanding what I'm trying to tell you? Never hit the same target twice unless you can finish off a target or you absolutely have to. Basically with Miss Fortune, when you use your second ability constantly in a team fight to increase your attack speed, as you can see, like when I'm using it, I do so much damage. Like compare this, compare what I'm doing here, you know, what I'm doing right here, compare it to this, compare it to this. I hope that you now start to see what of a dramatic difference this makes. Boom, 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 boom. Even if an enemy is super low, let me show you this example right here. So this Garen, for example, instead of attacking him like this, or that was the bonus shot, look, little damage. I attack a minion, boom, and boom, he dies. Same goes with turrets. Let me show you. Instead of attacking the turret like this, look, I do it like this. Boom. Wait. I screwed up. Boom, 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 boom. You attack one by one by one by one. Now let me give you another tip, because there's actually a way to make this even better, okay? Your first ability applies on hit effects. Your passive, that's right, is an on-hit effect. Let's take a look. Boom, boom. As you can see, you see that little heart? Oh God, what did I do? You see this little heart? This is your passive. You can see that you have your passive on this dummy. So if I decide to attack this dummy right now, it deals low damage, as you can see. If I attack this dummy, boom, it deals a lot of damage and the passive goes here. As you can see, my first ability is also going to deal reduced damage to the dummy. So your first ability, it bounces to another enemy. So first it hits this dummy, and then it hits this dummy. That is why the first ability deals so much damage, by the way, if you didn't realize already. So as you can see, boom, boom. That's what it does. Boom, boom. So when I'm fighting two enemies right here, the absolute best way to do it is basic attack, first ability. See what I did there? Like, of course you can basic attack this guy, which is also good. You know, like this is also good. But you're gonna deal the absolute max damage if you do it like this. Basic attack the guy behind, and then your first ability. Okay? Very, very important. You really have to play around the first ability. Now I have another tip for you guys, which is about the ultimate. This absolutely disgusting ability, okay? So we all know this ultimate is amazing. Oh, I need to turn on low cooldown. But what makes this ultimate even more amazing? First of all, the Cerulous Grudge. You slow the enemy by 30%, right? As you can see, they turn blue, they get slowed. But now let's talk about this. I think we almost forgot about this ability. Make It Rain. Boom. I need to turn on zero cooldown. Make It Rain is gonna slow them even more by 60%. Plus the Cerulous Grudge slow. Now guys, let me tell you right now, if you combine this and this, they cannot escape your ultimate. This is the absolute ultimate combo, pun intended, to do with Miss Fortune. So, you know, if you want to burst down the enemy, the way that you engage, basic attack first, the way that you engage is basic attack, first ability, third ability, ultimate. You're gonna one-shot anyone, like, you're gonna kill anyone. Another tip that I have for you guys for Miss Fortune is Miss Fortune's ultimate is absolutely broken when the enemy is trying to take the dragon or Baron or anything like that. Let me show you why. So I currently have 3 items. Let's take a look at how much damage my ultimate does to the dragon. Let's just take a look, okay? $2,972 damage. Now this is early game dragon. At the late game dragon, you'll probably deal like 2,200 damage. Dude, 2,200 damage. And you can do that over the wall, by the way. Look, over the wall. Just like that. Do you see how insane this is? This is legit. Like, this is absolutely legit. You'll actually be able to half-life a dragon with your ultimate. So when an enemy jungler is trying to take the dragon, you're like, Daddy Miss Fortune is coming. Mommy Miss Fortune is coming in, and you're doing this. So, did I forget anything? No, the very important thing is this second ability. I'm gonna repeat, that's the very important part. But now let's hop into a gameplay, guys. Alright, on to the first gameplay. Okay, so I have 2 gameplays for you guys right now, and you are gonna see it in action. The MVP games. So how did I do it? How am I just carrying all these games insanely hard? Let me tell you. First of all, as I said, Miss Fortune is infinitely better when you play with a support. As you can see, 44% by the way. Duo Q with a support makes her infinitely better. You kinda wanna combine Miss Fortune with CC, like Thresh, like Leona, like Amumu, like, you know, that's what you wanna combine her with. because of course the ultimate becomes way stronger. So let's take a look at this right now, all right? We're just sitting in the lane, and laning with Miss Fortune, you win every single lane. You do not lose a single lane, okay? You literally never, ever, never lose lane. What I call a lost lane with Miss Fortune is if I haven't killed the enemy in 2 minutes yet. That's what I call a lost lane. That's how broken Miss Fortune is. Take a look at this, boom, basic attack, look, look, look. I hit the Leona. Okay, I'm gonna rewind because this is important. How did I kill her right there? So look at my first ability. Look at the first ability. So what happened there? I used my first ability on the Leona and I saw, okay, it's bouncing on the enemy ADC. I saw that it was bouncing on her. So what did I do? I did not hesitate. Immediate flash and I destroyed her. You saw that? That's the power of Miss Fortune's first ability in the early game. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. So we gotta kill. Oh, there we go again. Boom. Look at how I attack. I immediately switched focus to Leona. You saw that I hit the Kai'Sa right there. I didn't continue to hit her because it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. I switched between Leona, Kai'Sa, Leona, Kai'Sa. It's like you literally do so much more damage when you do that. Absolutely incredible. So as I said, unless you just want to kill the Kai'Sa, you can of course then continuously hit the Kai'Sa. But if you want to maximize your damage potential, look, I did it again. I did it again. I did not step up to the Kai'Sa. What I did is I stepped right behind the minion and I used my first ability on the minion, allowing it to bounce to the Kai'Sa, which dealt the most damage. These are like the little things that you have to get good at on Miss Fortune to absolutely destroy like everyone. Especially like if you're watching right now and you're in like bronze rank, silver, gold, platinum, you know, the lower ranks. This is basically your key to ranking up like 2 ranks higher, like going from gold to emerald or going from bronze to like high silver. This is it right now. Abuse it while you can. It's not even a bug. This is genuinely in the game, and for some reason not many people are abusing Miss Fortune right now, but I am making a video right now for you guys and teaching you everything you need to know about Miss Fortune so you can abuse it. So I believe the moment is gonna happen very soon where I get ganked. And as a Miss Fortune, you have to turn on full focus mode. Like really, Miss Fortune is not like any other ADC. Not like any other ADC. Oh, let's take a look at this by the way. Third ability. They're close to a wall. They're close to a wall. This is already, and there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. They had zero escapes. They had zero potential to escape there. Let me tell you right there. So Miss Fortune's ultimate is the type of ability that if used correctly, game changing. But if not used correctly, it's pretty useless. So how was I able to just literally kill both of them so easily there? Like it looked so easy, like as if I'm slicing through butter with a hot knife, right? So let me tell you multiple ways that you can get an insane Miss Fortune ultimate. The first way, if the enemy is up against a wall, okay, if they're up against a wall, of course your ultimate can cover that entire distance. The only way that they can run away is either behind or to the side, but they have to run right through your ultimate. They cannot escape through the wall because there is a wall, right? The second way to use your ultimate is if the enemy is CC'd. Oh, let's take a look at this by the way. Boom, I get ganked. Okay, let's take a look. I hit Leona. I flash away. First ability, boom, Kai'Sa. Boom, Lee Sin. Boom, Kai'Sa. Boom, Lee Sin. Boom, Kai'Sa. Boom, Leona, and boom, Kai'Sa. That was perfect. I did not make a single mistake right there. And this is what happens if you make these calculated plays on Miss Fortune. Do not hit the same enemy twice. Hit every time you hit a different one. Every time. Your first ability as well. Use it. Do not ignore the first ability. This is your, like, this is probably your main damage besides your ultimate, of course, but your first ability deals beyond insane damage, especially if it bounces to an enemy. So do it like that, exactly like I did right there. Oh, look at that, just a nice little damage. This is a potential good fight for us, by the way. Here I have no idea why we're not engaging. Yeah, I have no idea why we didn't engage there. I could have destroyed them with my ultimate. I still dealt a lot of damage, but As you can see, even though I'm super ahead, I'm being a bit careful. I'm not going in like an idiot. Of course, as a Miss Fortune, you do need backup from your team, right? Like you want your teammates to go in, your teammates to do the stunning, your teammates to waste the enemy's time. Because let me explain to you another thing about the ultimate. If you just use your ultimate, right, like without your team going in, the enemy can fully pay attention to your ultimate and they can dodge it very easily. But now imagine if all of your teammates go in. For example, okay, I'm gonna give you guys an example. Jarvan goes in, he uses his ultimate. Orianna goes in, she slows the enemy with her balls. I don't know, your jungler goes in, Pantheon, he stuns the enemy. And then you use your ultimate? Do you think it's gonna be as easy for them to dodge that ultimate? No, of course not. They're gonna get absolutely blasted by your ultimate when that happens. So basically, another tip that I have for your ultimate is try to use it when there is chaos, right? Like when there is a lot of chaos going on in the fight, you try to come in with the sneaky ultimate. And then we come into my next tip with the ultimate, the sneaky ultimate. So we all have, oh, let's take a look at this fight first. Oh, I got destroyed actually. Oh, that's just a beautiful ultimate, slicing right through them. And you can also see, I'm always using that first ability. You always want to keep your eyes open for any potential minions that can bounce your first ability to the enemy, because you have two ways of using your first ability, right? The first way is to just shoot it at the enemy. You know, it's gonna deal okay damage. But then the second way, and the best way, is to shoot it, to make it bounce to the enemy. To shoot it on a minion and make it bounce on an enemy. But even better, of course, to shoot it on an enemy and make it bounce on another enemy. But this is a little hard to do. This is not always going to work. But shooting it on a minion and bouncing it on an enemy is going to work most of the times. So fighting around the lane with Miss Fortune is, of course, beneficial. As you saw right there in that fight earlier, Miss Fortune, Leona ran behind the minion. I immediately shot my first ability on the minion, dealing insane damage to her. You want to make use of these things, guys. Really, really important. By the way, I'm giving away 15 skins in December. All you have to do to enter is put down a comment under this video, and if you want to increase your chances, under some other videos. And if you're a new viewer, which I believe there is going to be quite a few of, I am a consistent challenger player, and I make these types of gameplay videos on my YouTube channel every single day. So if you want to, you know, you can subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to, then thank you very much for watching anyways. Not gonna bother you anymore throughout this entire video. And give this video a like if you guys are enjoying it. So let's take a look at this. Another tip. Oh, let's take a look. I slow them and then I use my ultimate. It's very important. So I told you guys, you know, if the enemy is close to a wall, you can use your ultimate. Or if the enemy is stunned, you use your ultimate. Or if there is chaos, you use your ultimate. But what if there is none of it? You don't really want to use your ultimate then. Unless, if you really want to do it, make sure you use your third ability then, before your ult. Because, as I said, if there is no chaos, no CC, and no walls, they're just going to walk right out of your ultimate. But if you use your third ability before your ultimate, you're going to slow them, making it way harder for them to walk out. Let's take a look at this. Boom, nice kill. Boom, boom. My first ability, did you see that? It bounced from an enemy to another enemy. And we're already legendary. Oh. Oh, baby, Miss Fortune is so broken. It's absolutely insane. This champion is absolutely insane. I mean, it's true that I'm really good at Miss Fortune, but I'm telling you guys right now, with some practice, you'll get good at this champion as well. Look, even here, did you see that? Even here, I'm using my passive. I hit Lee Sin, then the turret, then Lee Sin, then the turret. Like, these might seem like the little things, but I don't want to give you guys a basic Miss Fortune guide, right? Because I've already made some Miss Fortune videos on my YouTube channel. I really want to get into... Oh, look at that damage. Oh. So this was a good ultimate. Let me tell you why this was a good ultimate. The enemy was chasing my team. They really wanted to get kills. So what did I say? Miss Fortune is gonna ult you. I'm probably dead here, yeah. So I used my ultimate there while they were trying to dive my team. And then, you know, with the Cerulous Grudge, it's gonna slow them and they're gonna get destroyed. So, what I have to say, like another thing that I have to say about Miss Fortune is, you know, you need to get used to Miss Fortune. To get really good at Miss Fortune, you need to get used to her. She's pretty easy to play, you know, on a normal level. But if you want to be on the level where you get MVP every single, what? Okay, I am not funny. Jesus. Okay, that's it's kind of a stupid joke. Not gonna lie, making dad jokes already. I'm only 21 years old. Why am I already like this? But what was I talking about? Yeah. So Miss Fortune is a type of champion very easy to get into, but pretty hard to master. You know, the utilizing the passive. That's what I call mastering Miss Fortune, because that's really all you need to do to master Miss Fortune. Utilize the passive, use your second ability, get more attack speed, and be really fast with your hands. You have to be really fast. I slow the enemy with my third ability, and then I ult. As you can see, the perfect combination. There was nothing, so I did my own thing. You know, I did my third ability to slow them and get those kills. Again, look, boom, Kai'Sa, Lee Sin. Flash, boom, Kai'Sa, Lee Sin. Lee Sin, Irelia. See that? Constantly switching targets. I keep repeating this because this is so important. So important. Another thing is as well, Miss Fortune is really fast at pushing turrets if you utilize her passive, guys. As I showed you during the beginning part of the video, when there is minions, you attack the turret and then a minion, then a turret, then a minion. You can also use your first ability. So you attack the turret, then you use your first ability on a minion, because it's going to put your passive on the minion, and then you attack the turret again. So, you know, you can take turrets really fast with Miss Fortune as well. Oh, did he kill him? Yeah, he did. Nice. The enemies do have a kill though, which is perhaps a little scary in the late game, but yeah, I'm a little too fat. The funny thing is, like, literally, I'm not even surprised about this game. I'm 12 on 1 right now. I tried to get you guys some good games, but the games were either a hard stomp or my team was horrible. I genuinely... Wait, I played like 25 games of Miss Fortune. I think I've lost one lane. I was against a Jhin and a Nami. Yes, we weren't able to kill the Jhin because the Jhin was constantly healing up with the Nami and the Fleet Footwork. Out of 25 games, I have lost one lane matchup. Only one. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, as you can see here, it was the CC. Look at this. Me and the Thresh are duo queue, by the way. This is Kamolto, aka Polish Onion, the best support in Europe. I mean, this guy is amazing. You can see his Thresh. This is the Thresh that I was talking about, that I was potentially gonna ask to record a game for me, because I want him to be featured on this channel. Like, look at the enemies are so mad. They're like, this is just unfair. And yes, it is unfair. Playing against a Miss Fortune who knows how to play the game and having an insanely good support is free wins. Enemies are not gonna know what to do. Let's first take a look at how much damage I did. I have another game coming, by the way. There is another game coming, so don't go away yet. You know, this would probably be a good moment to go to the toilet or get yourself some food, because I have another Miss Fortune game for you guys. Oh, baby. Better than 98%. I mean, it was like, look, like, just look at this. I'm gonna keep rolling this clip, because after this game, like, take a look at my history. I'm quickly gonna show my history here. Like, I was on the move here, as you can see. I showed you even more in the beginning part of this video. Like, I was on the move. So let's now hop into the next gameplay. Alright, on to the next game. And it seems like we're in a 4 versus 5 game this match. Unfortunately, we don't seem to have a jungler, because I can't really see a jungler in the game, but it's okay. You know, when you're playing Miss Fortune, it's fine if you have John Cena in the jungle. So, yeah, this is another game, of course. And as I said earlier, the reason that I'm showing you guys 2 games is, first of all, because I actually didn't... I promised 2 days ago that I was going to make a Miss Fortune video if the tier list got 1,000 likes, which it did. And I didn't give you guys the Miss Fortune video because I actually saw a bug in the game. So that's why I'm giving you guys 2 games. And also because the games are just too easy. So now you guys are going to be seeing another game, right? Like another... because of course, seeing only one game, you know, I can cherry pick a good game, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show you guys another game, and you can see, like, you can clearly see that there is a pattern to this. There is a pattern to playing Miss Fortune. You win lane and you destroy the enemy. Look, boom. See how easy it is to just completely outtrade the enemy? See how easy it is? All you really have to do is just poke the enemy once or twice with your first ability, and you're already going to be in a really good position, and then you all in the enemy. Like, look, I'm kind of waiting for him to do something. Basic attack. Ah, I should have hit the Seraphim here. Yeah, I should have hit the Seraphim. I wanted to all in the Varus there, but unfortunately he missed his hook. That's why I was actually fully focusing on the Varus right there, because I wanted to all in him. Boom, I hit the Seraphim. You see that? What is this movement? Yeah, the enemies dodged very well. Ah, I stepped up a little too far, but yeah. Ooh, I wanted to shoot through the minions there. Look, basic attack Varus, basic attack Seraphim, basic attack Varus. I did, like, I went a little too far there. Oh, oh, oh. I'm coming and... He's not dead. Oh my god. Way too close. That's way too close. It's okay though, right? Like, it's kind of like, as I said, this is a loss. You know, when you do not, when I do not win lane, when I do not get a kill before 2 minutes, that's what we call a lost lane. As you can see, you know, we screwed up. He screwed up his hook. I screwed up my stuff as well. I went a little too deep. That's how we didn't kill them. I mean, of course, it's okay. Yeah, like, look, I'm even saying, damn, we didn't kill them before 2 minutes. This should show you how absurd it is, because all of the games that I played, yeah, this is the first time, like, all of the games that I played before this one game, we killed the enemies before 2 minutes. Every single one. Now, I think that is also why I had picked this game, because it was not the easiest of wins, I guess. Oh, there we go, look. Basic attack, Seraphim, Varus, Seraphim. See that? Even though he was like, he was the one that we wanted to kill. Never mind, we said, because we did kill them in 2 minutes. That's funny, man. We're both like, never mind. We literally both sent the same message. Oh my god. It's just amazing. This is just like... Oh. I have my ultimate as well, and he has his ultimate too. You can be very aggressive with Miss Fortune's ultimate, guys. Yet again, you always have to be ready for ganks, you know, do not run away. I mean, of course you have to run away in some situations, but Miss Fortune can do way more than you would ever imagine. Let me tell you that right now. Boom! There we go again, third ability and ult. Dare to tell me right now that this is not broken. Just dare to tell me in the comments right now that this is not broken. And dare to tell me that you're not gonna abuse this. Because you are gonna abuse this. You need to practice Miss Fortune, because she will get nerfed. I mean, she will get nerfed. This is just this. I've never seen a more broken jump. Well, maybe Garen. I think Garen was more broken. But keep in mind, by the way, I wanna give you guys a disclaimer. Miss Fortune is... Oh, there we go. By the way, there we go. Look, that was perfect again. A disclaimer is that Miss Fortune is not broken in solo queue. Miss Fortune is insanely strong in solo queue, but it becomes broken when you play duo queue. I want to repeat that because this is a very important thing to understand. Miss Fortune is the type of champion that really... Look, I'm even doing it with the Scuttle Crab. Like, Miss Fortune is the type of champion that really benefits from having a support with you. Really, really. So, you know, I'm just telling you that right now. If you really want to maximize your wins and if you want to win 80 to 85% of your games, play with a good support and listen to the tips that I'm giving you guys right here with Miss Fortune and apply them in your games. You'll guaranteed win like at least more than 60% of your games if you play Miss Fortune correctly with the passive, with the way that you use your ultimate. If you have to, watch the video again. Like, I am literally telling you right now, this is free wins. Here, there we go again. I poked the enemy with my first ability there, through the minion, as like, again, amazing. You can see how important it is to utilize that first ability of yours, right? Like, and the way that we killed him was with the first ability. My first ability hit a minion right in front of him, and then I used my third ability and then my ultimate. Your eyes have to basically be on a constant lookout for for hitting your first ability. You have to be on a constant lookout for it. Because, yeah, you always want to shoot it whenever you can. Whenever you can deal damage with it, right? And this is also why I always go for Mana Flow Band. Because I never build a Mana Mune on my Miss Fortune. You shouldn't ever build a Mana Mune on Miss Fortune. You should always go for the build that I gave you in today's video. But you are gonna lack a little bit of mana then. Because you're gonna be having a lot of ability haste, but no mana to back it up. So Mana Flow Band gives you that 300 bonus mana. You know, it's just... You know, it just gives you a nice little boost. So let's take a look at how I push this turret right here. Boom. Attack the turret. Ah, there's actually a Seraphim ready. Never mind. No pushing for me, I guess. Boom, boom. Look. You know, passive first. Boom, boom, boom. And you push lanes super fast. So look. Ah, I shouldn't have done it like that. The way that I should have done, oh my god, they're going all in. The way that I should have done it is hit the turret, then hit the honey fruit, and then hit the turret again. You know, it's maximum efficiency if you do it like that, because you'll do insane damage to the turret like that. Oh god, that was actually a beautiful arrow by the Varus. But we want to go back. We're both like, you know, okay, let's go back. Let's not kill ourselves here. Oh, this is a banger video. This is a banger video. Like, I know it already because I've played it myself and I know how insane this is. And I haven't seen anyone make an actual good video on Miss Fortune yet. So this is like, this is an insane video. This is amazing. It's gonna be amazing. They're 2 levels behind, yeah. It's too much. So let me tell you one weakness that this build has, okay? One weakness. Although you shouldn't ever feel the weakness of this build, but I'm still gonna tell it to you. Which is, I guess, the very late game. If the game reaches like 25 minutes, super duper late game, your lethality items are gonna fall off, right? Your flat armor penetrating items, the Duskblade of Draktar and that other item, Edge of Night. These 2 items are gonna fall off. So keep in mind, I mean, you don't really have to because you're gonna win most of the games before like 15 minutes anyways. Keep in mind that in the very late game, this build finally falls off. Your ultimate is still gonna do a lot of damage, but if the enemy has a lot of armor, like if they have a Garen with 2 or 3 armor items, they have a Jungle Jarvan who's level 15 with a Guardian Angel and a Randuin's Omen, that's when you're gonna start to struggle. Like that's when you're gonna start to struggle. Keep that in mind. Look at his damage, by the way. I'm ready with my ult. Boom, boom. I'm ready, but I'm not gonna use it for only Seraphim because I can kill her like that too. Another thing to understand about Miss Fortune, by the way, you do not need a Yumo's Ghostblade. Your second ability is basically already a Yumo's Ghostblade. It gives you a lot of movement speed. So you can also catch up with enemies pretty easily as a Miss Fortune because of the second ability. Especially when you fully activate it, because then it's gonna fully activate the movement speed, right? Let's take a look at this. Boom. I don't really want to ult. Okay, hit Renekton. Oh, that's a good ult. Easy go on the Renekton. Yeah. Like, throughout the 2 games that you've seen up until now, like, I've almost never hit the same enemy twice in a row. Almost never. Again, there is a reason for that, right? Like, this is basically what truly changed my Miss Fortune game. I was already pretty good on Miss Fortune, but never, like, amazingly good. But this, like, that's why I've said it 20 times in this video already, because I really want to put it in your heads. This is what brought my game from, like, good to absolutely beyond, like, insane. Oh, I went too far here. I overextended here. I was lucky that they actually went on the Thresh, but let's take a look at this. I'm not backing off. Just using my first ability and boom, look at that damage. Bouncing it from the minions. Look at that damage, guys. Oh, dodge, nice. I have my ultimate. Boom. Nice kill, there we go. I wanted to ult the Seraphim here for another free kill, but unfortunately I didn't have any mana. I cannot help him. I have no mana, so yeah, it is what it is. I have to run away here. Dodge it. There we go. Yeah. Another thing, by the way, like I'm giving you everything about Miss Fortune. Also the little things. Miss Fortune is good at dodging abilities. Like Ziggs, like Varus, you know, Varus's arrow. Now, why would she be good against it? The reason is obvious. Let me tell you. It's the second ability. It gives you bonus movement speed, especially when you activate it, so you can very easily dodge it. Like when he shoots his arrow, you can actually dodge it. Because normally you're not as fast, so the arrow is gonna hit you anyways. But as a Miss Fortune, you can like barely dodge these things, right? Which is just about good enough. He's going, he shouldn't try. Like, no, he's not gonna win that. He's not gonna win that. We have to be careful. Boom, 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 boom. Look, I'm using my passive. Staying calm and collective. I did die, however, but I died with pride. You know, I was fighting back right there. I couldn't run away. And as you can see, I did not panic. You should never panic. I was still utilizing my passive, hitting multiple enemies at the same time. Like, trust me, you're gonna have the craziest 1 versus 3 or 2 versus 3 moments in your life when you really start to focus on hitting like different enemies with each shots. You're gonna have the craziest plays ever. Like, you're basically gonna kill all of the enemies, And afterwards, you're gonna think, how the hell did I just do that? And then when you look back at it, you'll be like, ah, there it is. My second ability gave me 90% attack speed. And then I was able to hit multiple enemies one after the other with my passive. Literally like tripling your damage. It's not even doubling anymore because your second ability also gives you 90% attack speed. So you're basically 2.5 or tripling your damage compared to just basic attacking the same enemy over and over. Oh, let's take, oh, look at that. That was the sneaky, this was the sneaky ultimate. So I forgot to mention this one. I was almost gonna say it, but then there was something else that came up. This is the sneaky ultimate. Basically, the enemies don't know where you are, and you randomly come in with your ultimate. Oh my god. Oh, baby, this was a nice video. Hey, I'm actually master right now. MVP again, of course. Look at that. Just winning a 4 versus 5 game just like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, what can I say? What I can say is I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.